Backpacking TV is brought to you by MSR, precision engineering, legendary reliability, inspired by unruly dreamers. Visit us at msrgear.com.
As natural and pure as a river, creek, or lake appears, the water you drink in the backcountry should always be treated. Most backcountry water sources are contaminated, and getting sick in the backcountry is no joke. There are a number of different ways to treat water, and so in this episode, we're going to look at the pros and cons of each. Boiling water is the classic method for purifying water, and it's really effective. But contrary to popular belief, you don't have to hold a boil for very long in order to kill contaminants. By the time your water has reached a full rolling boil, all the contaminants will have been killed off. The problem with boiling water is that it takes a lot of time and uses a lot of fuel. And so unless you're in the alpine terrain where snow is your only water source, it's a technique that should be reserved for cooking or emergencies. There are two other standard methods of water treatment that are much more practical, and those are filtration and chemical treatments. When it comes to chemical treatment, both iodine and bleach are inexpensive and proven ways to neutralize contaminants in water. Their downside is that they require at least 30 minutes to take effect, and they leave the water with an unpleasant taste. And extended use of iodine can lead to some health risks. This has led some companies to create chemical alternatives, like MSR's Aquatabs, which are cheap to buy and light to pack. Regardless of what chemical treatment you use, the cloudier and more contaminated the water is, the more chemicals you'll need to treat it. Typically, backpackers and travelers use chemical treatments as a backup to their filtration devices, because water filters provide a cleaner, clearer, and better tasting water. The way water filters work is pretty straightforward. Untreated water gets passed through a porous filter which lets the water through while catching sediment, bacteria, and protozoa. Because these devices catch sediment, they'll tend to clog over time, and the dirtier the water source is, the faster they're going to clog. To deal with this, most filters can easily be removed and cleaned in the field in order to keep them working smoothly. Now, there are two standard forms of water filters. They come as hand pumps, where you actively pump the water through a filter into a clean bottle, or gravity-fed units, where you hang a bag full of untreated water and gravity pulls the water through the filter and into a clean bottle. Both work great and will usually filter about a liter or two of water per minute. Although MSR recently released their ultralight hyperflow microfilter, which actually filters 3 liters of water per minute. The downside of water filtration devices is that they don't catch viruses because viruses are too small, which may or may not be a problem depending on where you're backpacking. If you're worried about viruses as well, you'll need to look at a water purifying system like MSR's Sweetwater Purifier, which pushes water through a filter to remove bacteria, protozoa, and sediment, and then a chlorine-based solution kills the viruses. So what's the best way to treat water on a backpacking trip? Because I don't go backpacking where viruses are a concern, I like to use MSR's MiniWorks EX microfilter. It's the best-selling filter in the world, and it's long-lasting and really easy to use. But I also think it's a good idea to carry Aquatabs as a backup. Well, I hope you found this video helpful. Please hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more backpacking tips and tricks.